We've got everybody except Liz and Maureen. Judy, do you want to go over the finances?
Yeah, they're the usual bills, the same
Yep.
things that we have to pay for every month.
Yeah.
That even though no one is here, but we still use the phones and everything like that. We are using fuel. The girls and I are very efficient at pumping fuel down at the DPW gas pumps. We do a good job down there now.
Oh my God, you have to go fill up the tank.
That's how we do it. Because we forget, you're so used to, at your other place, this you got to put a code in, and we must look like nuts because we always have a problem. There's a key, you swipe and put in a code. We're always down there struggling. But now, after almost a year, I think we've got it. So everything's pretty much the same on the bills. There's some odd things. That reimbursement to me for $41.97. I had to run to Staples. We ran out of tape for the mailing of the newsletters, and it was too late to get it from W.E. Mason. So I had to run over and get, about 60 rolls of tape. So that's what my name is on there for, but they're pretty much all the same. We've had a lot of very generous people continue to donate. A lot of those people donated because of our help over here and the town's help as well with coordinating their vaccine shots for them. Some people were so appreciative, of anything. One gentleman, he just keeps giving. He gave us a donation. Then a family member gave a donation. Then he came in here with the best donation of all, fudge from Winfrey's. So that was the one we could use. So that was very nice of him. So there's been a lot of nice people donating and thanking us for everything. A lot of people donated after the drive-through we had for St. Patrick's Day. So people truly appreciate those.
Judy, I noticed for January, you have Verizon twice.
Yes, we paid them twice in 1 month. That was like, because we missed them the month before.
Oh, okay.
That's why we had missed them 1 month. The town has changed. I think they pay accounts payable every other week instead of every week now. So that's kind of caused me some tripping up of my own accounting of bills. But we all are, all bills as they come in are paid. I just received another one right here, and we're going to be sending this one off to accounting. So that one will be all set. The other thing I just wanted you to notice, the center stats, the numbers, we drove a little bit more this month. So, things are looking up. People are going out at least to the grocery store. We're continuing with the medical appointments and all that stuff that we've been driving since, April of last year. So
Judy, did you do transportation to the vaccination site?
Yes, we did.
So that number is included in those numbers?
Yeah. What was funny, a lot of people took Mystic Valley up on that cab program they had that they were promoting, because a lot of the regulars that we take to medicals didn't call us, and we were trying to figure out why. And what it was is they had gone with the Mystic Valley, the taxi voucher system. They went with that. Okay. Because a lot of people were vaccinated, like Maureen had them at housing. So that was a great thing that they went to them. So that saved.
No transportation.
One more.
You got one more. You got one more coming.
Yeah, we did 90 people, 50 at one and about 42 at the second one. So
that's good.
And we did a bunch of home visits too, because the town, the town board of health did the second one. And so they were able to visit like 4 or 5 people. We're probably going to visit probably up to 6 next time, because we had a couple that really struggled to get there.
Yeah.
And there was Rich Stinson just sent out a thing. He's looking for people Thursday, I think, to do homebound vaccinations. So did they have a whole program through the Board of Health, Maureen, to do the homebound?
It was really the housing authorities, the state, we had a program for housing authorities to get vaccines. And so we knew we had a handful of people that couldn't get anywhere. So they were very generous about it.
Okay, because there was Melrose had like a whole program. I don't know. I did some in Melrose for people, but
they do here as well. The Board of Health is doing people who live in their own homes as well. Good. What it was, that 211 system, when they said they were going to do homebound people. The state in turn calls the local Board of Health. if
Okay.
they have opted to do it, and the local Board of Health is doing it.
Yeah, okay,
Uh,
so that's what he had sent the email out about. Okay,
Yes.
good.
Oh, yeah, because you can do them. You can get, I could get your.
Yeah, I did some in Melrose a couple weeks ago, in that building right on Main Street, McCarthy, someplace, but so.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he's looking for somebody this week, but I can't do Thursday. So anyway, okay, good. Just,
No, but they are doing them here. And so to answer the question was, yes, we did take some people to their shots. That worked out fine.
Good.
People appreciative. It was funny. We took more people who we didn't know to the shots. People we knew somehow got their shots through someone else or went with a family member sometimes.
Mhm.
But that was, it's been good. I'm glad it's over. The Board of Health, I have to give kudos to them. I mean, they did a great job with,
Mhm.
them, Tom Walsh, Steve, everybody, Rick and the volunteers, they really did. I mean, that thing, if you went to it, it ran, I think, flawlessly. They did a wonderful job there. So kudos to all of them. And that's all I have on our little financials. We're nearing the end of the fiscal year. We haven't spent a lot of money because not much going on here. So we will be spending money though on, I'm hoping we didn't purchase the last year, so we can show videos and the movies and all that stuff here. We have to have that motion picture license. I didn't pay it last year because we were closed. I should have paid it. It was only $100, but because this year they went up to $250 because everybody did the same thing and now they got to make some money back, but no one was here. I'm like, oh, what am I going to pay that $100 for? So, so they doubled.
Is it for life or is it per year or when?
Per year,
Per
per
year.
year. Yeah, you have to pay to show any kind of video here, even if it's a video we own, it's because we show it to the public. But I did learn we could show movies outside as long as nobody can see them. I says, well, obviously there's neighbors here. Somebody could see them. Well, you can't advertise it to them. So if we were to put up a big blow up screen and say the back, whoever could see it, have at it. Not that we show anything spectacular over here, but I was just saying, because I was working with recreation. I know they show those movies on the common, and depending on what kind of license, that guides what kind of movie you can show. The more you pay, the better the movie, so the more current. That's why I think a lot of the ones on the common might be a little older, where we can show more current movies with the license we have. But anyways, I got off track. So that's all I have on the financial part there.
Okay.
Any questions?
Is there a motion to accept the financial reports?
Move
So
to we,
moved.
Is there a
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the financial reports passed. Judy, you want to do your report?
Okay, all right, yeah, and like I said, part of my report was going to be about the vaccine clinics. I want to thank you guys who were able to help us out, Tom and Flo, for helping us when we were registering people. That was very helpful. I know you didn't do a lot of them, but we had plenty of people to help. So that was the main thing. I mean, as we all know, in the early days, that was tough to schedule anybody anywhere. It's a little better, but thank you. I greatly appreciate your help and, our staff here working on that as well. What else do we have here? We are, like I told you, we're driving. We have the building open for people for the crafting class that Mary Ann Snow does. We do one a month, limited to 10 people, spread out in our large room. Everybody has their own supplies, own table. Don't touch nobody else's stuff, hands off. So that's worked out well. We're doing those through June. We have those scheduled. We also had AARP is back here doing the tax preparation. I'm so happy we were able to do that. Is that
Nice.
blinding you? Is this blinding? There you go. All I can see is that
Well, we
light.
can see you now. We can see your face. Your face
I
was
can see because it kept reflecting back. But anyway, the AARP is here doing taxes. We missed out on that last year. Glad they're back. They're going to finish up next week. They're not going to go later because surprisingly, they kept the schedule limited this year. And appointments, people have kind of stopped calling. So I think that we got everybody in who really wanted their taxes done. And if there's any errors or omissions, if something happens, they're always available after the tax season closes, not to open up a new account, but to check on somebody else. And they spread it out over 2 days instead of doing it at one. That way we have fewer people in the room, but that has worked out well. So I want to thank Amy and her people for coming in from AARP and doing that. I'm hoping also it's a help for the expert circuit breaker program, the what do they call it here, through the assessor's office.
Oh, yeah.
The tax credit that Victor Santinello and them got, that you can kind of double your credit and the town will give you a break as well. So I'm hoping the people who didn't apply for it last year will apply this year. But we did have some people want to know if they could get the town one where they missed it last year. They wanted to know if we would like the state and would honor it for last year and this year. The answer is no, if anyone asks.
Okay.
So the other thing, we did have a drive-through for St. Patrick's Day. We had about 100 people come through for that. Very, well attended. We're going to do another one. Next month is May, Older Americans Month. It's the thing is strong communities is the theme of it. So we're trying to get some other departments to help us out, like Amy Rando from the police department is going to come over. She's going to help do some handouts with us. She'll also check people's car seats, child car seats, if they have any questions, anything like that. And we're working with the DPW and see if maybe some of their guys could help hand out some stuff. They already donated some little goodies to hand out, but that's what we're working on. Since the theme is communities of strength, we're trying to show, more departments than just ours over here. So if anybody has any ideas, shoot me a little email or a note. We can work on that.
What's the date on that, Judy?
We're scheduling it for May 19th.
Really?
May 19th is the day. Yep. So the other thing is we have a little bit of a maintenance issue over here. There's a drain that has to be dug up in the basement. It's a good time to do it since no one is in the building. We had a little sewage backup into the ladies' room down there and the kitchen. So they're going to take care of that, I think, within the next month or so. So hopefully when we're fully open, everything will all be fixed pretty and smell nice down there. So one other, I spoke with Tom Walsh, the emergency management director, about opening, because people call all the time. Why can't we come in? When are you opening?
Yeah.
This is what everybody wants. When are you opening? I'm vaccinated. Da, 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 da. He would like to wait, and as I would too, the end of May, June. Let's look at the whole picture again. We can continue with these small group things that we're doing without being overwhelmed, like from the tax thing, that was small enough and controllable. The art class is controllable. I'm thinking about possibly the wood carving class, because they're a small group. There's only 6 to 10 people in that group. They could certainly spread out and be fine here.
Yeah.
And they've even inquired about it. So, that's one of the groups that I might reach out to. I've also reached out to a couple of the exercise instructors that we have, seeing if they are willing to do some outside classes, and they are. So I have to go look at some of the tennis courts that might not be used early in the morning or, early afternoon, because those are just easier to exercise than on unlevel surfaces around the common. The common is lovely and nice and everybody goes there, but sometimes the footing isn't exactly appropriate, in all places. It's not flat, so we don't want any trip and falls. But those are just some things we're looking at. I'm also going to probably, when people come in the building, they always ask, oh, can I go through the library here and take some books? And we always say, yes, go ahead. So I think that's going to be one of those things that we can open, is the library. I mean, they had on the news last night that it's the particles in our breath that we breathe is the main thing. It's not the touching. We can sanitize all we want. It's the air.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to open up the library. Anybody comes in, they're more than welcome to. I might put a little note in the newsletter that says, the library is open. We're not going to be overrun. We're not the library, but we do have a few thousand books here that people are certainly want to take out, knock yourselves out. So those are just a couple of the things that we're working on.
Judy?
Yeah.
I have a question. I verification. I assume masks in the building, people are required to. What is the town saying, or what are you saying about any verification when, as opening arrives, verification of vaccinations? Is there
I
any?
don't think they would require it because we can't ask.
Okay,
And ask people, so, yeah. It's one of those things. It is what it is, you know, if for whatever reason, people choice or health or why they can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, as long as the masks keep getting
Right.
worn and people are socially distant, I think that's all you can do.
right.
Judy, I know last summer, there were a few activities out on the Moulton Field area there, like a yoga class and an exercise class. If you're looking around for places to do exercise class, the Moulton Field, like right down the street from the senior center.
Right, and we talked about that. I talked to Dan McGrath, the recreation director.
Oh, yeah.
Used or anything, because he would then allow us, you know, book it for us. So if anybody just shows up randomly, because
Yeah.
it is close, because we have a facility here for someone who
Right.
have to use a bathroom or something. It's right here.
Yeah.
Common is
right.
lovely, but you know, you can't have a parade of people into the town hall or anything.
Right.
Like that.
Right.
So
Yep.
it would work over this way, and that's where we're hoping, you know,
Oh,
to
good.
run some activities.
Yeah. Good.
So, you know, that's a good thought. I mean, I don't know if there's any other fields, but I know Maple Way, they have a tennis courts down there. I don't know how, are they still there? I don't know. I haven't been there since we were kids, so I don't
Yeah. I don't know.
forget. Tom, there's still tennis courts down there at Maple
I
Way?
believe, yes, yep, there are.
Yeah, there are, but I don't think there's a bathroom down there either,
Yeah.
though, or unless
think
they've,
so.
you know, recently done it.
Yeah.
They should.
Tom, you want us at your house?
And you know what? There is a bathroom at Moulton because I've seen it when the Boys and Girls Club were using it last summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they opened, there's a little building there right near the
yeah.
playground.
They used to
And
have
there's-
one like that at Maple Way, I think.
Really? Yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, Dan McGrath would know
Yeah.
how you get into that. So,
Yeah, but we're close enough, so we would.
Yeah,
think
that's
that
true.
would be a good option for us to use that field. So we're hoping to do more things over there this summer, weather permitting. So, you know, that's our plan, unless they tell us all of a sudden we're all in. Although, as the nice weather comes, even when there's no pandemic, our numbers go down in the summer because people, you know, people want to be out or they go away.
Right,
And
yeah.
so, you know, that's where we're at right now. We're just watching it. Hopefully at the next meeting, maybe we'll, you know, have better news about what's open and what's closed. But, you know, I consider us open. People walk in off the street with questions. Can I see the Shine Council? Can I see Beth in Outreach, the veterans agent? People do come in, and we have that system that they have at the town hall. You have to check in, you take your name, your temperature, and you have to wear a mask. So everybody's been good about that, who's just come in randomly off the street. So, you know, plus we're out of the way. No one even knows we're here. So that's the other thing going in our favor. If we were uptown, I think it'd be a different issue. We'd have a lot more people, I think,
Yeah.
finding us. But other than that, oh, I have one more piece of news. Karen, our activities coordinator, is retiring. She is calling it a day. Karen's
Wow.
going to be, I know she's going to be after about, Karen's, I think, 13 years. I think she's, yeah, 13 years. She'll be leaving in May. Her last day of work will be, you know, the end of April, and she's on vacation, and then she's done. So thank you and good luck to Karen.
Amen.
I know, see? I'm jumping more than she is. I'm like, yeah. I don't know why I'd be so excited. I'm like, yippee.
Do you hire the new person, Judy? Do you need any kind of approval from like Steve or the town council?
No, we hire here. Yep, but with the help of you know, HR and everything. So we'll be putting something together about the job description for that and how that's going to work. Right now, I don't feel too much pressure because we're not open yet. So
Right.
I get a little time, and we're gonna, you know, make sure we get it straight and we have a good person to come in to fill her shoes. So, but happy for her, sad for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But other than that, I've got nothing new. It's the same thing over here, you know, a few different faces here and there. But that is about it. Any questions on anything else that you guys have?
nope.
I have a question, Judy. I submitted my papers a while ago to the town to get reappointed and I never heard anything. Did they do the reappointments?
I think it's at the next town council meeting.
Oh, it
I
is.
believe
Oh.
that's when it comes up, because I did write them a thing, they send them to me. You know, obviously, I want to have you back. I don't know the other two people who applied, so like I said to them, it's a toss-up. They both seem well qualified. So I don't know the other person to fill Heather's position. So, yeah, but I believe their next meeting is next week. So that's when we should hear, I think.
So with the competition, maybe I should log in.
No.
I don't
So
know.
were there are 2 openings or 1 opening?
2, Maureen's and Heather left in the middle of the pandemic and she got,
Oh, yeah.
my fault, I forgot all about it. So we had 2 openings on the board.
Okay. And then Maureen to be reappointed.
Reappointed, yeah. So,
I can
Anybody
give,
got anything else?
yeah, I'll give just a brief update on the,
Mhm.
you know, the vision, whatever it's called, what is it
Right.
called? Vision 2030 that's going on, that is going on.
Mhm.
That is, there was a public forum, one public forum in, I think it was it was the tail end of, no, it was in March. And there were about 120 people that attended, you know, all Zoom. And the next one is April 28th. So if you want to mark it on your calendar and you want to spend 2 hours from 6 to 8 or 7 to 9, I'm sorry, on Wednesday, April 28th, come to the next public forum. I'll forward the invitation to you. The one coming up is focused on Wakefield's cultural and historic landscape, public facilities, environment, and business activity. They each have certain topics. And the format is a little presentation by the consultant, and then we break out into breakout groups and go through a series of questions. There's a questionnaire that is each little breakout room is facilitated, and questions are asked and people record and so on. Then we come back, there's another little presentation, we go out into breakout rooms. We use the full 2 hours. So the results are, you know, the results have been tabulated. There's about 480 people that participated in the survey that was sent out or that was made available. And over a quarter, about 28% of those people were people 60 and older. So the seniors in Wakefield are, you know, are the most vocal, age-wise, the most vocal population group. The last forum and all that stuff happened at the same time that the logo business was going on.
Oh, right.
So now I think that the next sort of intersection is about the Wakefield, the apartments at the head of the lake. So, you know, people step in for different reasons because they have certain interests and so on and so forth. There'll be one more forum in May, and then the consultants are supposed to pull together a report and present it to the town or something. It'll be a primarily visual report. I gotta say, how do I say this diplomatically? It's a process, you know, and the money was allocated and the grant was presented or earned or obtained before the pandemic. So that there's some factoring in, of course, of the pandemic and all of its effects and all of its future forward impacts on the town. It's sort of a process that's going on somewhat in spite of, if you will, in spite of the pandemic. The meetings, of course, are taking place virtually versus online, versus in person. However, you know, people are participating. It's going to be probably end up being 400 to 600 people, just like town meeting. You know, it's a minority of people in the town that are participating. But hey, it's, you know, it's a grant that's being administered and being implemented, and the process is playing itself out. So there's quite a bit of concern about things you'd expect there to be concerned about: traffic and building and accessibility, mobility and accessibility and transportation. and then there's people that have been in Wakefield forever and are very invested in certain things and want to see things stay the same. And there's people that are newer to Wakefield with young families who are being vocal about things they'd like to see. And then there's everyone else who has a real mixed bag of concerns and issues that they want to bring up. But the consultants, I have to say, are doing a fairly smooth job because they do this all the time. And so that any obstacle or any bumps in the road they've run into before, I guess, with other towns and cities. So anyway, the final report should be done, supposed to be done by the end of June. And then I don't know what happens. It goes into a binder and there we go. I shouldn't say that. It goes into a binder that is actively read frequently. No, there's some good stuff coming out, I guess. So April 28th, 7 to 9.
7 to 9.
From the comfort of your home. You can wear your pajamas and you can drink wine. So.
Do you think, Susan, you probably got more people because of the pandemic, because they can participate remotely?
Well, if they knew about it, maybe, I mean, on the Zoom call, there were, as I said, about 120, but the survey itself, the final count of the first survey, there's another survey that will coincide with the second form. The final count on the survey was I think it was 456, something like that, finally. But as I said, it was taking place at the same time the Warrior survey was taking place, and now the next one, our next form, is the day after town elections, which could be a good thing because there's going to be some signage at Galvin that says, come to the forum tomorrow night, blah blah blah. So it's going on.
I mean, that sounds like a good amount of people. I think it might help a lot because I can remember going to some of the Envision ones in person and there weren't 120 people. There were a lot of people, but then there was another group. There was one that had more people.
Yeah.
One of those things, like you say, everything going at once, the logo, the head of the lake, whatever floats your boat, what's, you're most interested in, most passionate.
Well, people step forward for what they're concerned about, right?
Yeah.
What they're interested in. So on the forum itself, and I'm sure there'll be there's a Girl Scout troop that I'm going to say middle school Girl Scout troop age, 10, 11 and 12, and there were about 6 of them at the last forum. So it was interesting. I wasn't in that group with the girls, but it was interesting, according to my fellow team members that were in that breakout group with the younger girls, to hear the perspective of young women, Girl Scouts in the town. So that was kind of a nice voice. And there's a couple of high school kids that are actively participating. So
Good.
So that's it for the Vision 2030.
Anybody have anything else? No? Then shall we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second. I'll
All in
second.
favor?
Aye.
All righty.
Hi.
And we shall
All right.
say goodbye until next time.
Okay.
Nice.